Greetings and salutations, Second Star, right back with more Raid Shadow Legends, and welcome to 21, everyone. Hopefully we can finally put that disaster piece that was 2020 in our rearview mirror, because that was, I can't distance myself further enough from that year. So let us progress then with 2021, and we'll start off with a Void Summons. Now, I know my last video was also a Summons video, and I kind of dislike not having, a champion guide or something in between the two, but, timing is what it is. It's the holidays, and what we're going to do is what we are presented with, right? We're going to work with what we got. What we got is a portal all a-glowing, right, with Void energy, and we're going to take advantage of that today because I am flush with Void shards. I have 51. I am not going to pull 51. I only have like 22 slots. Yeah, look, 178 out of 2. So I'm only going to pull like half of these, which is fine, right? Give me a little bit left for next time. And I'm not really after anything, right, Madam Saris? There's nothing that Madam Saris that I want at all, Madam Saris. So I think that we're just going to progress, and whatever we get Madam Saris, which we're not going to get Madam Saris because she hates me. And that's just one of those things that, you just take with life. You take with the territory, right? Some things just are not meant for you, right? And Madam Saris is obviously not meant for me. Even though I know we'd get along, right? I see that we have a lot in common, right? Maybe I should write some poetry. Maybe she would appreciate that, right? Some light stalking never hurt anybody, right? Am I right? No? All right, let's just pull some shards. And I have hope, right? Hope is fine. I could settle. Right, for hope, right? That's fine. Okay, Skirmisher. I think that was my first Void champion I ever summoned, back in the day, back in the the early days of Raid. All right, so 50 shards left. Let's keep going since Skirmisher is not a good champion. And you'd think that all Voids should be good, right? Like Painkeeper. Painkeeper is an excellent example of a fantastic Void champion. I'm sure everyone is familiar with Painkeeper, but since she's so awesome, let's just talk about her real quick. Okay, attacks an enemy twice, fills the champion's turn meter by 10%. In her A2, attacks all enemies, then heals this champion by 15% of this champion's max HP, but then it's an all allies heal by this champion's HP. If you get it ascended, which of course you should do because you can then control how much everyone's healed based on this champion, which is an obvious awesome thing. And this used to be even more. It used to be 25%, I think, and they nerfed it down to 15% because she had become godlike, and we can't have that many godlike rares, right? We already have Coldheart and Bellower and others in the Void pantheon. So combat tactics is your A3. It's on a 7-turn cooldown, but you get it down to 4 turns with investment of 3 books. It decreases the cooldowns of all ally skills by 1 turn. This is a fantastic champion. She's still really good even after all this time. I have a collection of Painkeepers, so doesn't really do a lot for me, but for anyone out there who is new to the game, keep an eye out for Painkeeper because she is amazing. Okay. And this is Harvester. Harvester is not a good champion. There's a Reliquary Tender who has the same skin, just a little bit recolored, that is much better, so keep an eye out for that one instead, because Harvester is no good. Okay, and Amaranthine Skeleton, another underwhelming champion. I'm just going to move on. We're not going to talk about Amaranthine Skeleton, because I don't want to. Remember when I was talking about godlike Void champions? Bellower is fantastic. Really good champion. A lot of people, when they get Bellower early, it solves a lot of their farming problems because he has a lot of great AoE attacks and a lot of just really good skills in general. All right, so Frazzle attacks all enemies, 20% chance of placing a block cooldown skills for 1 turn. That's pretty cool to have on an A1, and you can increase that 20% up to 30% after you put 4 books into it. And then is Mighty Bellow, attacks all enemies, the 50% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed buff for 2 turns. Also nice. And you also get that cooldown down to 3 turns. So it's another AoE on 3 turns cooldown, which actually has a pretty good skill, so it's not so bad. And then Bowl Over attacks all enemies with a 75% chance of placing a 25% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. And unfortunately, that doesn't get up to the big version of decreased attack, but still, it gets decreased defense and decreased attack on the same skill after you ascend it, and they're all AoEs. Bellower is just really good. And then a faction Crips speed buff by 15%. So as you progress through the game and you get Bellower early, he can be your faction Crips lead. Really good champion all around, especially if you get him early on. Moving right along. We're still not seeing any purple guys. Come on. Come on, man. Alright, Marquis. He's actually not a bad champion. But we will move on. This is more blue. Arbalaster. She actually, this is a fun champion. I did a guide on her a while back. She actually does a decent amount of damage for a rare, and she looks great. I really enjoy the, I really enjoy her like her outfit. What am I gonna tell you? Right? What am I gonna tell you? It's a thing. All right, let's go. Let's go. We'll move on quickly. Okay, and we have, Panthera. This is actually one of the new champions that was released very recently, like last week or 2 weeks ago. And is actually a really, really decent rare again. I have not committed this one to memory, so let's go over this one's skills. Attacks enemy 3 times, and after you ascend it, each crit has a 50% chance of decreasing target's turn meter by 3%. So that's good. A 3-hit A1, which is always nice, because that makes them immediately possibly viable for Fire Knight keep. And then decreasing turn meter is also an important thing on Fire Knight. So this has the ability to both help take down the shield and modify his turn meter. So that is a really decent A1. Attacks an enemy twice. Each hit has an 85% chance. It's a weird percentage on an A2. Placing a heal reduction for 2 turns. Again, that is another necessary skill to have on Fire Knight. So that's already 2 good skills for Fire Knight. And then A3, Perfect Veil, and a 30% reflect damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Again, another awesome Fire Knight skill. So they had been putting out, the last time they released a slew of champions, they had a Fire Knight champion in there. I can't, Ripclaw or something. I don't remember his name right now, but he's also kind of designed with Fire Knight in mind. So I guess they felt that they didn't go all in enough on Fire Knight with a Void Rare. So I guess they wanted to make another one, which is fine. Gives me some Thundercats vibes, so that makes me happy. All right, let's go. And this is Malbranch or Malbranch. I don't know how to pronounce it. But she's a bomb champion, and she's not bad for what she does. I just think that she just needs a little bit of buffage. Her skill that decreases the bomb timer is by 1 turn on an A1. I just think that her bombs it's just too long. I think that they need to. She just needs a little tweak, and then she'd be good. She'd be a good champion, a good bomb champion, a good addition to a bomb squad. But right now she's just a little bit not. But she has a built-in counterattack too on her A2, which is also kind of cool. And another Bellower. No need to go over this champion again. He is fantastic. And now I have, I think I have a basketball team at least of Bellowers. Okay, and Ox, not a very good champion, so we'll just move on. Is it just me, or have I not gotten any epics yet? This is, I hate it when this happens with voids. It's so unpredictable. I had a void pull a while ago that was really great. I got a bunch of decent epics. It was a good time, and now this is looking really, really grim. Plarium, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Plarium. And I waited for Tormund to be gone because I already have a Tormund, so I thought that I'd be seeing some better things, but I'm just not. A little disappointed in you, RNGesus. Ask and you shall receive. Okay, and it's Gala Longbraids, who I don't have, and I would actually really like this champion a lot. Oh, okay, well, forget what I was saying about not getting any epics, because this one definitely makes up for it, because one, it's not a duplicate, and 2, it's actually a really good epic. Okay, Brutal Bludgeon attacks the enemy twice. Each hit ignores 30% of the target's defense. That's near and dear to my heart. Extra turns ignoring defenses and shields and block damages is something that I really like. But defense is a good one because everyone has it. Places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns. I mean, everyone has defense is what I mean. The value of the shield is equal to 20% of the damage inflicted. So usually it's not going to be a huge shield, but still something is a little bit of something a little better than a little bit of nothing, right? A2. Attacks the enemy, ignores 50% of the target's defense when attacking under a shield buff. Okay, so you see the synergy built in there, and then Ascended, you also get a heal thrown in there for good measure. That's awesome. The 1 and A2 work really well together. And then Sheer Swagger. Yeah, bring that swagger on a 4-turn, potentially a 3-turn cooldown after you book it. Attacks the enemy 3 times. Each hit ignores 25% of the target's defense. Grants an extra turn if the champion has full hit points after using the skill. And we already have a skill built into the A2. So you can see how there's a nice skill cascade going on with Gala Longbraids. and she has long braids, so her name actually has meaning. So good, even though she kind of lost the first one. I don't know what happened there, but these ones are long. So way to go, Pippi. All right. So next, I'm pleased with that. I like Gala Longbraids. It's already all worth it. Oh, look at this! Adding, I now have a 6th man on the bench for my team of basketball Bellower superstars. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Gear Grinder. Actually, he was part of the one of the events, and I spaced. It's the holidays, right? And I just spaced by the event, so I never got my Gear Grinder. And I was like, oh, I wanted a Gear Grinder, because this is actually a really neat champion. Again, he's one of the new ones. Sure, he looks like a Cenobite, right? Like Clive Barker designed him himself. That's really what it brings to mind. But let's go over his skills, because they're actually kind of cool. Attacks enemy, places 7.5% continuous heal buff on this champion for 1 turn if the attack is critical. You know, not that hard to make a 100% crit champion. So that is a really interesting A1. Then his A2 heals all allies with 15% of their max hit points. This guy does not look like a healer. Like if I were to guess, like I said, oh, put up a lineup, right? And say, identify the healer out of this lineup. He would not be my first choice. He looks like someone who is more keen on inflicting pain and torment than he is on alleviating it, but, you know, never judge a book by its cover, I guess. Okay, and after you ascend his A3, he revives the dead ally with 50% hit points and 50% turn meter. So it's good. He's like a little mini Caden, I guess, in a way, as a Void Rare. Really solid champion. Gear Grinder is a really good new one, along with Panthera. They 2 really good new Void Rares. All right, moving on. What have we here? More blue. Doom Screech, yeah, he serves his purpose, but it's not a particularly pervasive purpose. And Fellhound, fantastic champion, good all around, good Spider 20, good in Fire Knight with his reflect damage. He's a good champion. Okay. Oh, and remember I was talking about the Harvester Repaint Reliquary Attender being a really good champion? Well, here she is. She is a really good champion. Can serve you well in your High Elf faction team, since she has a nice revive on there. What else has she got? She has decreased attack on her A1. She has removes all debuffs from all allies, and then continuous heals on her A2, and then revives on A3. Obviously a really good faction wars champion, because you have to deal with all that stuff that happens when you're in the faction war dungeon. So she's a good addition to your team there. All right, so we're coming up towards the end. I've only gotten 1 epic out of all this, and a whole bunch of duplicate rares. So that's okay. You know, I needed some fast food, and this certainly fits the bill. Oh, Arbalister, you and your sweet nothings. Okay. That's I've gotten 1 epic out of all the, and this is crazy. But Chevalier is fantastic. He's a really good multi-hit A1. I think I've discussed him at length in other videos, but he's one of my early favorite champions. Attacks enemy with a 50% chance of placing a stun, so he has a stun on his that you can buff up to 75% on his A2 on a 3-turn cooldown, and then a nice protection buff on his A3. But the key is his A1, where he has an extra hit here, and he can repeat the attack many times. It's not just 1 time he does it, and then you put in Relentless Gear, it can proc even more times. It's really awesome, really. And also he has his A3 has one of the highest damage multipliers for a rare, so that's an important thing to point out, I guess. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is just a sea of blue. Marquis, I already got one of you. All right, let's move on. That's blue. And it's Coldheart, one of the awesome godlike champions that I was referring to. So we got 3 Bellowers and a Coldheart and a Gala Longbraids and Panthera and Gear Grinder. So I've gotten a lot of good rares on here. Granted, I don't need any more Coldhearts and I don't need any more Bellowers, but that's okay, right? The fact that they're here and, you know, eager to join my team, I guess, makes me happy. And I'm done. I got 20-something, and I got 1 epic. Wow, that was... Well, the epic was Gala Longbraids, and not Madame Sarah's, which does not surprise me in the least. But I'm actually pleased with Gala Longbraids. I guess I'm fortunate that I'm at that point, in my account where there isn't a whole lot that I need to progress, and pretty much everything from this point on is just kind of gravy, right? I've pretty much accomplished everything I've set out to. Now I just do things for fun now. So Gala Longbraids, new champion that I can do new things with. I can beat the same content over and over again in a different way, which is awesome. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So guys, thank you so much. I have 29 void shards left, and maybe I'll clear out more space next time. I was not in the mood to do so today. But we're all good, man. We are all good. I got my Gala, so that's awesome. I didn't have one before, and now I do, and I'm a happy camper. And I got gear grinder that I can mess around with, and Panthera that I can build to. So that'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. It'll be a good time. Good times had by all. All right, and if I find out anything cool about them, I'll make a video and we'll put that up and we can discuss it ad nauseum. All right, guys, thank you so much. The purple void tie, I guess, did not really pay off, but that's okay. I should have purpled my hair. I've done it before. I should have done it for this one. Okay, so I guess we will go another void event to Madame Sarasless, and we'll just continue on, and we'll see what happens next time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed pulling shards. Hope you enjoyed watching. Do the YouTube stuff where you subscribe and you comment and you give me a thumbs up, which would be awesome. You guys have fun. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have fun.